Do you guys want to hear some tea and some drama people you're never going to meet? It's my tea, it's my drama, let's get to it. Okay, first and foremost, I want to just get this out of the way. I didn't style my hair at all today. I just blow dried it. That's why, like, if you see me fucking with my hair out of my eyes a lot, just because the bangs, like, when they're not styled, are gonna be in my eyes. Just fair warning. But this weekend was just so fucking insane that it was like, I want to post today. I want to post today on Tuesday, Roosday Tuesday. But it's a little bit late today because if you guys saw my TikToks, there was this psycho bitch that, like, called the cops on me and was like, you're the reason for the hit and run. My car's fucked up because of you. It's like, bitch, I don't even have a fucking car. I literally talk all the time about how I don't have a fucking car. So, wrongo. So I had to deal with that. But I want to tell you guys all about, like, the weekend. So, without further ado, let's get into it. For old time's sake, my weekend started on what day? Thursday. So, for this story to start, you have to remember, last Friday at midnight, Taylor Swift was releasing Life is Showgirl. As you guys know, huge fucking Swiftie. I'm hyped. I had already texted, like, D-Dog and been like, hey, this is something that means a lot to me. Do you mind if you come over and, like, we do, like, a listening party? I've got, like, jammies and I've got, like, cute little slippers. We can do, like, a girls' night. She's like, oh my God, yeah, I would totally fucking love that. Let's do it. And I was like, I know you actually wouldn't love that because, like, she's not a Swiftie, but she's a good friend to me, so she, like, does it for me. So I was like, oh my God, perfect, cool, yeah, let's do that. Well, earlier in the day, I knew she was going to be coming over around, like, 7, all right? Well, I had a phone call meeting scheduled at, like, 4, okay? And this phone call meeting, and you guys are going to fucking clown me, but I don't care. This phone call meeting was with a professional matchmaker, okay? Let me cook, chat. Let me fucking cook. Also, baby is with us today. Yes, hello. I love you so much. Mommy's a munchkin. Mommy's nugget. Mommy's little domestic terrorist. Anyways, so I have a phone call with a professional matchmaker that, like, fuck it, I'll just tell you guys. I'll tell you guys everything. So I posted on TikTok probably 2 weeks ago that, like, I get invited to a lot of really fun events in Denver, but, like, I usually only get a +1, right? So the hard part is that some of these events are really, really fucking cool, but, like, they're romantic as fuck. So, like, the one I'm talking about, there's, like, a omakase experience that they want to give me here in Denver for me and a +1. Well, that's romantic as fuck, and I'm gonna have to bring one of the homies. So I made a TikTok about that, right? Well, this matchmaker messaged me and was like, hey, I just saw your TikTok. I've been a fan of yours for a while. I just have to say, I'm a matchmaker, and I, like, would love to have you as one of my clients. It wouldn't cost anything for you. The men pay, but not the women. I would really, really love if we could hop on a call. And in my head, I was like, I've been single for 5 fucking years. And, like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I'll do it. Absolutely, I'll try it. I'll try anything 3 times. So I hop on a call with her on Thursday, right? And I can't really say much because I signed, like, a confidentiality, which makes sense. Duh. They're like, hey, we just don't want you, like, blasting your life online like that. Like, people deserve, like, anonymity, which is fair. So I'm talking to her. She is the coolest fucking lady. And, like, we just instantly hit it off. Well, in our conversation, I bring up that I'm a Swiftie. And, like, she was like, wait, you're a Swiftie? And I was like, oh my God, huge. And she's like, holy fuck, I'm a Swiftie. And so we bond on, like, Taylor Swift stuff and, like, stuff like that. And she was like, are you going to the Swiftie party tonight? And I was like, the what now? She's like, yeah, Happy Camper is doing, like, a Taylor Swift launch party. They're going to do, like friendship bracelet making. They're going to do, like, flash tattoos. They're going to do, like, a DJ that only plays Taylor Swift. Like, it's going to be, like, and they're doing, like, a full, like, Swiftie cocktail menu. And I was like, oh, I'm fucking in. I am so fucking in. She's like, oh my God, great. Like, I'll get to meet you in person tonight at the Swiftie event. I was like, that sounds fucking amazing. Yes, let's do that. She's like, cool, so great talking to you. I was like, so great talking to you. Click. Well, then I called D-Dog and I was like, yo, ew, did you guys hear that in my throat? Ew. I was like, yo, do you have any desire, maybe, like, kind of like a last second, like, plan change? And she's like, yeah, what's up? I was like, they're doing, like, a really fun Swiftie event at Happy Camper tonight. Would you be all interested in maybe, like, going and do that? We do, like, a fun little, like, Thursday night bar thing. And she's like, oh my God, I would love that. What should I wear? And I was like, honestly, anything showgirl, anything, like, orange, anything with sparkles, like, anything Taylor Swift. And if you don't have any Taylor Swift shirts, which I know she doesn't, I was like, I've got plenty. You wear one of mine. She's like, okay, yeah, sounds great. So I was like, okay, fine, awesome. So then I call my other friend, we'll call him Jay. And Jay is a newer friend to me, but like obsessed with him, adore him, in love with this guy, right? Listen, like how cool this guy is. Dude is a veteran. He is a doctor in school to be a lawyer right now. And just, you wouldn't know by looking at him, but just fucking gay. Like he really is gay. And I met him through one of my other really good friends, and they're now dating. So like it's like this really cute thing, right? So I called him and I was like, hey, I know you're a Swiftie. We're going to like a fun like Swiftie event at Happy Camper tonight. Would you at all want to come to that? And he's like, absolutely, I want to go. Yes, I have like the perfect outfit. I'll be there. And I was like, oh my God, yay, like how fun. We're gonna have like, you know, like an impromptu like fun night now, you know? So I was like, all right, D-Dog and Jay, you guys meet at my house at 6:45. The event starts at 7. We'll have a drink here and we'll show up at like 7:30. They're like, great, sounds good. Let's do it. So 6:45 happens. They both rip over here. I open the door. D-Dog looks adorable. She's got like this like country Taylor Swift look. It was very, very cute. And then Jay pulls up and he's in full Travis Kelce attire. He's got like the what's it called? The jersey on. He's got like the Yeti hat looking thing on. I was like, this is so fucking cute. Love. And of course I've got like my Taylor Swift stuff on. But because I'm meeting this matchmaker tonight, I was like, I need to look like good. So I do my hair like all like pretty and shit like that. I like do full makeup beat because I was like, if she's gonna find me a husband, she gotta know that I'm wifey material. And so we pull up, well, like we have a drink here. We just like are laughing, yapping, blah, 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 blah. We pull up to Happy Camper and it's cute. If I'm being completely honest, the vibes were not at all what I thought a Swiftie event would be. Okay, I'm just gonna say, because it was kind of weird. Hang on. Sorry. So anyways, we pull up to the event and it's just a little weird. Because you know how like when you think of like the Swifties, you think of like you know, like what the Eras tour was. That's kind of what I thought it was gonna be. When we walked in, yeah, it was just like a ton of girls. Like don't get me wrong, but it was like a little like catty almost. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So we go up to the bar. We order like a Taylor Swift like themed cocktail or whatever. Blah blah blah. They're playing Taylor Swift music over the speakers. We get a table like with our friend group, and we're just like laughing, yapping, chatting, having a good time. And then the matchmaker shows up with her two friends, right? And I'm like, oh my God, how are you? I'm like, please, we have like a table, please like sit with us. And they're like, oh, we don't want to impose. And I was like, no, you're like more than welcome to do so, right? So they sit down and, okay, I don't know that I'm allowed to tell this, but I think I am allowed to. Very clearly, one of the matchmaker's friends had taken something before they showed up. And I'm just gonna say I think she was hanging out with her friend Molly before she came, because we're sitting in this booth and we're all like laughing, having a good time. But I look over at her friend, and her friend is like fucking tweaking, like eyes this big, like pupils are huge, jaw like. And I was like, oh fuck, and like I can see that the matchmaker's like looking at me and like looking at her friend, and she's kind of like trying to like be like, oh like, and I can tell, not that she's embarrassed, because that's not how I would word that, but she was just kind of like, if I'm noticing it, they all are noticing it. But like, again, like, nobody's going to be rude enough to be like, did you fucking take something? Like, nobody's going to do that. So we just like pretend like everything's like Gucci and tight, right? So we're talking and we're laughing. We all get a few more drinks in us. Well, now it's, I want to say 10 p.m. Yeah, it had to have been 10 p.m. because 10 p.m. is when the Taylor Swift album drops, which would be midnight New York time, right? So they're playing the new album on. Everybody's got their phones pulled up, like going line by line, like reading the lyrics and stuff like that. Well, we are just kind of like, as our group is having more conversations. We are like reading the lyrics and shit like that. And the matchmaker was like, I can't wait to see like how you flirt and stuff like that. Like what kind of guys you're into. Like we haven't really like had that like that type of talk yet, because like I just signed the paperwork. And so we were just like yapping about that. Well, D-Dog is faded. I didn't realize how drunk she was until this moment, because she was just like kind of like chilling, like keeping to herself. So then we are sitting there like talking, And these two guys walk by outside the bar, like on the sidewalk. D-Dog yells at one of the guys, because one of the guys is tall. Not good looking, just tall. And she's like, hey, you. And these two guys like turn back and like look at our table. And she was like, tall one, are you single? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, my friend's single. Do you think she's hot? And he looks at me and he's like, yes, I'm coming in. And I was like, what the fuck? No, don't pimp me out. No, hold on. First, whoa, I can hunt for myself. Time out, A. B, I was like, he's not fucking hot. And I looked at her, I go, are you drunk? She goes, yeah. I was like, oh, fuck. So this guy walks in and he's like trying to be like funny banter, but like he's not funny. So that's like the fucking problem. And so he's like just shooting the shit with me, right? I've had a few drinks too, so I'm not like sober by any means, but like I'm not like fucked up. And he's like, what's your name? And I was like, I'm Morgan. And he's like, what's a guy like me gotta do to get a girl like you? And I was like, kiss my hand. And because I didn't actually think he'd fucking do it. And he was like, yeah. And he kissed my hand and then sucks my finger. And I was like, oh my God. But remember, I'm like trying to flirt a little bit because I'm trying to like show this like matchmaker that like, you know, I'm not like a fucking lost cause. Like I haven't been single for 5 years because like I'm like don't know how to date or like I'm horrific around guys. It's just because like it just hasn't happened. And so I'm trying to like play it cool. And he's like, I would love to see what you look like without clothes on. And I go, you couldn't afford it. And he goes, how do you know I couldn't afford it? And I'm just trying to like think of something to fucking say because I'm like trying not to be like fucking rude, but like I'm like a little like, what the fuck is happening? And he was like, how do you know I couldn't afford it? And I was like, I just know you couldn't. And he like is like pulling out his wallet and like he's like showing me like his like all of his credit. And I was like, oh my God, this is like so fucking cringe. But everybody at the table like laughing and loving it. Well, sorry, I accidentally said their real name, so I had to clip that part out. My bad. Anyways, so I look back at D-Dog and like being like, this dude's fucking insane. This is why we don't fucking call guys off the street. And I feel like my hair being pulled. And so I look over and this guy's got my fucking hair in his mouth. In his fuck, like literally like. And I was like, okay, stop. Ew. And I'm literally like, what are you doing? I literally said, stop. Ew, what are you doing? And he's like, I can tell you're a freak. I can tell you're a freak. And the whole table is like laughing at him, not with him. But like, I'm looking at this guy like, what the fuck? And so then he's like, let's get a picture together. And the matchmaker's like laughing. She goes, oh, I'll take this picture. And so I unlock my phone and I hand her like my phone to take a photo. And she takes a picture of me and this guy. And I was like, okay. And like, she goes to hand it back to me. And the guy takes it out of her hand, like swipes up and types his number and then calls himself. So then I'm like, great, awesome. And he's like, I'll be texting you later tonight to figure out where I'm gonna be waking up in the morning. And I was like, okay, bye-bye. Go away. And so then he walks away and as he's walking away, he like looks back, like blows me a kiss. And it was so funny, like when he blew me a kiss, I looked at him and I caught it. And when he turned back around, I just went and like tossed it behind me. Killed, by the way, I just killed the table. And I look back at D-Dog and I was like, don't fucking do that. Don't pick random guys off the fucking, what the fuck was that? The whole table is dying. They're like, not only did you just pick a random guy that's not good looking, and then a fucking weirdo. And she's like, yeah, my bad, guys. I should probably go home. And I was like, yeah, we should all probably call it at this point. And so we close out. I say goodbye to like the matchmaker. And she's like, I cannot wait to work together. I was like, me too. And she was like, I'm going to find you a lot better people than that. And I was like, thank the fucking Lord. Because that guy was a weirdo. So then me, Jay, and D-Dog like pile in an Uber going back to my house. We back to my house. And I was like, I actually do want to like listen to this album though. If you guys are cool with that. Like, it's kind of like one of the whole reasons I went out was to like hear it. They're like, oh my God, yes. So we've got like the speakers, like my speaker right here connected to my phone. And I'm trying to listen to the album. And it's, I think, about 1:40 in the morning at this point. This is important, right? And we're sitting there trying to listen to the album. And that creeper from the bar calls me. And I was like, who the fuck is this? And so I decline the call. And it calls again. And I decline the call because I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then I get a text and he's like, hey, it's blah, blah, blah from the bar. And he sends me the creepiest fucking text. It was like, I need to know what your address is so I know whose like box I'm gonna be eating tonight. But if you're busy, I have about 30 more minutes to find another girl. First off, you can't be creepy and a douche. You gotta like fucking pick one, brother. Like, and I'm reading the text and I read it in the group. We're all dying laughing. Like, this guy's like fucking nuts. And then he texts me again. He's like, send me that picture of us so I know if you're busy later, what I'm gonna like myself to. I'm like, you're fucking weird. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he just starts calling and calling because I have my red messages on. So he can see that as I've opened the message. And then he's calling and calling. This brother calls me 9 fucking times in a row. And finally I look at my friends and I was like, I have to block him. Like, and they're like, oh my God, yeah. And D-Dog's like, my bad. I was like, you're good. Like, it is funny, but like, what the fuck? So I blocked the guy. We just finished listening to the album. And D-Dog spent the night with me. And then Jay left at, I want to say like probably 2:30 in the morning. Like, I mean, it's late for like a school night, kids, right? But like, it's not terrible. So then I wake up the next morning and D-Dog's like, oh my God, my head hurts so bad. Like, I just like slept through my first meeting. I gotta go. I was like, oh fuck, yeah, like, love you, girl, bye. And she's like, what are we doing tonight? And I was like, she's like, I just text me. And I was like, all right, bye, Pookie. Like, mommy loves you, bye-bye. So she leaves, right? And now it's Friday day. So let's get into it, okay? So now it's Friday, right? And it's about 4 p.m. and I get a call from B-Dog and I like answer, I'm like, what up? And he's like, oh, not much. Like, how was last night? And it's like, tell him all about it. He's like, yeah, my girlfriend, D-Dog said like it was a blast. She also said that like she kind of fucked up and like introduced you to like some creeper. And we're just crying, laughing about it. And I was like, oh, good. And he's like, what are we doing tonight? And I was like, well, listen, we have like a really, really big day planned tomorrow. And like, I'll tell you guys all about it, duh. But I was like, so I don't think us like going hard tonight or like going out to like the bars is a good call. It's like, you know, it's the first Friday of Halloween. I've got like all my cool lights like in my house, like they link to the TV. Why don't you guys come over? We'll order pizza and we'll do like a spooky, scary like movie night. And he's like, honestly, that sounds awesome because we like have so much we have to do the next day. We have to be up like decently early. I was like, oh my God, perfect. I was like, do you mind if I invite Jay as well? And he's like, oh my God, love that dude. Yes. Because again, they both have like a lot in common. Like they're both like veterans. They both like football. Like, so it's cool because we're trying to like, you know, make sure like, you know, B-Dog gets more guy friends and not just hanging around like chicks all day. Which also, how the fuck are you going to complain about hanging out around women all day? He's the only guy I know that bitches about having too much women around him. Oh my God. But anyways, so he's like, yeah, bring him. So I was like, cool, sounds good, bye. I call Jay and I was like, hey, we're gonna do spooky, scary, like movie night at my house. He's like, yep, what time I'll be there. And I was like, yeah, literally anytime, like after like 6 probably, like it'll be perfect. It's like, great, sounds good. So they come over and we ordered like this pizza from a place called Redeemer here in Denver. I've never had it. Pretty good pizza. Just gonna throw that out there. And so we put on a movie and it was really funny because like D-Dog was like, I don't know how to tell you guys this, but like I really don't like scary movies. And we're like, we're doing a scary movie night. Like, what do you mean? She's like, could we maybe do something like not so scary? And we're like, I guess, but like what? And so Jay was like, oh, do you hear that? My baby he's yipping in his seat. Oh, it's so cute. Hey, Pookie, you're ruining the video. You're ruining the video, but you're so fucking cute. I love you. Anyways, so don't you love him? Like, you're ruining it for mommy. Just kidding. But so anyways, we put on Hocus Pocus because I fucking B-Dog and D-Dog have never seen Hocus Pocus. What kind of bullshit is that? Whatever. So we put on the movie. We've got the lights going. We're laughing. We're stopping. We're like pausing the movie a ton to like talk. Like it took us like fucking 3 hours to watch a movie that's like an hour and 20 minutes. And then we put on Coraline and Coraline just scared the shit out of D-Dog. She's like, this is a kid's movie? This is a kid's, like, I don't like the claymation. I was like, no, it's not that scary. And she's like, respectfully, can we like, I don't know why I'm so creeped out right now. I was like, oh, fuck, okay. So then the night just kind of like, you know, it's like not really much to tell. It's just like a fun night. And so then it was probably, I think I want to say it was about 1:15 because the timestamps are important on this, where this is going, because you guys will be fucking sick when I tell you what the fuck happened after this. So it's about 1:15 now, right? And let me get some water for this because I am still fuming fucking pissed about this. Hang on. So it's about 1:15, like technically Saturday morning, but like Friday night, because we're talking about the Friday Night Chronicles, right? And I walk everyone out to like, down to the lobby. I get B-Dog and D-Dog in their Uber, like say like, love you guys, see you in the morning, get home safe. Sounds good. I turn around to Jay, and Jay drove. And I like turn around to him and I was like, oh, I just like absolutely adore you. I love that you're like part of our friend group. Like you're so effing cool. And he was like, oh my God, like I love you so much too. And like, I give him a hug and he gets in his car. And I'm like waving goodbye to him, watching him like go across the street into his car so I can like see him to make sure he gets like in his car safe, And as I'm watching him, I see that I'm getting a call from Woodsy. So let me give you guys a little backstory because I know we haven't done a Roosday Tuesday in a while. About 2 weeks ago, I don't want to say her and I had a falling out, but it was just one of those things where it was like I had to evaluate our friendship and be like, you exhaust me. Like, like genuinely, every time I leave hanging out with you, I feel like I want to slide down the wall and be like, I just want to take a nap. Because like I cannot stand having to babysit somebody. Like I fucking hate it. And I brought up to her multiple times. And it doesn't matter how many times I try and fucking bring it up, she doesn't listen. Like she doesn't make any effort to change. So I'm like, what am I getting out of this friendship? I just feel fucking exhausted by it. Like, oh my God. So, and she knows it too. She knows she fucked up like bad. And so she's been like trying to text me being like, I still have your garage opener. Since we're not friends anymore, let me know when I can drop that off. And I'm like, you can drop it off whenever. Like, I don't want to talk to you. You can leave it on my doorstep. I don't give a fuck. Like, you can drop it off. I don't want to like see you. She's like, can we talk? No more talking. We've done enough talking. You just like kind of respectfully, you lie and manipulate and say you're going to like not have me babysit you anymore. Or you're going to like, I don't know, act more mature. And then you just never fucking do. And I give you another chance, and the next weekend comes, and the same thing every fucking week. It's Groundhog's Day. That is the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. I'm just done with it. I don't want this anymore. I'm tired of feeling exhausted from a friendship, okay? So, back to like present day now, right? So, I see that she's calling me. And I'm like, bro, it's 1:15 in the morning. Like, no. So I decline the call. Calls again. I decline the call. And I like wave goodbye to Jay. I'm like, bye-bye, like, because he's driving past me, right? And she calls again, and I decline the call. Because I'm like, she's fucked up. Like, I know she's drunk as piss. Like, she'd probably be like, why are we friends? Why are we friends? Like, and I just don't want to fucking do it. So she calls a fucking fourth time. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. And I decline the call. Well, if you know, like, the new iPhone update does the, what's it called? The, like, live voicemail transcribing. And in this voicemail, I'm reading it, and it was like, this guy just beat my ass in a bar. I just got hit 3 times. I'm not okay. I need help. And I'm reading this. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, because here's the thing. Yeah, okay, I want to take a break from this friendship. I was just like, I'm exhausted, but like at the same time, if I hear that a woman just got hit by a guy in a fucking bar 3 times, and they're hurt and they need help, I'm not a fucking monster. Yeah, I'm gonna go. And I'm like, oh fuck. And I'm reading this like, oh shit. Okay, so so I text her, I go, where are you? Just instantly, where are you? And she was like, I'm outside of this bar. And I was like, okay, just don't move, stay there, just hang on. So I immediately called Jay, and Jay knows Woodsy. And I was like, yo, hey, Woodsy just got her ass beat by a guy in a bar. We have to like go help her. We have to go help her. And he's like, what the fuck? Because remember, he's a doctor. And he's like, oh my God, I'm turning around. I was like, oh my God, okay. Just like, I'll be waiting outside. Because remember, he didn't make it very far. He made it like 2 fucking blocks. So I'm texting Woodsy being like, where are you? Like, don't move. So I call her and I was like, are you okay? And she's crying like pretty fucking hard. And she's like, this guy just fucking beat my ass in a bar. He just fucking beat my ass. He just beat my ass. And I was like, oh my God, where are you? She's like, I'm going to send a pin. I'm on my way. Don't move. Like, don't start like walking around places because you're fucking drunk. Just stay in one spot. And she's like, okay. So she sends me a pin. And Jay pulls up to grab me. I hop in the car and he's like, what happened? I was like, she's like called me all these times. I didn't answer. She tells me that she got her ass like beat by a guy in a bar. She got hit 3 times. And when I called her, she's like crying. He's like, oh shit, okay, let's go. So we're following the like GPS, right? And this is important, okay? Where Woodsy lives in relation to this bar is directly across the street. Like from her house, you can see the bar. And this bar is a shithole fucking dive bar. Like I'm telling you, like I would argue it's like one of Denver's like shittiest dive bars where it's like, that place is a rat hole. But that's her local spot. She's a regular there. Like all the bartenders know where this and the other. And so I was like, okay, well, she's over there. So we're following the GPS and it's not taking me to the bar. I was like, okay, and we're following it and it has me turn, or me, oh well, Jay has him turn and we start going down an alley. Like 2 blocks the opposite direction from this bar. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, and he's like, did you get the right pin? I was like, I think so. And we're looking down and then we see this like fucking cryptid run in front of the car, just like, all drunk and fucking stupid. And I was like, oh my God, we slam on the brakes. It's Woodsy. And like she's in an alleyway and there's like people like, it like literally in the alleyway, like one guy literally has a crack pipe and the other guy has like doing this with like a needle. And I was like, whoa, this is not where you should be at right now, girl. And so we stopped the car and I opened the car to her, I go, are you okay? And she's not crying at all. And she's like, he hit me. And I was like, what? And so I was like, hey, let's get in the car. And she's like, he hit me. And she's talking like a baby. And I was like, okay, let's just get in the car. Like, let's get out of like being in an alleyway right now with people doing drugs. Like, let's go. So I open up the back car door and she like flops in the car, like drunk, but like stupid drunk. And her feet are like hanging out of the car. And I'm like, hey, Woodsy, get your feet in the car. Come on. She's like, I'm drunk. You hit me. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about, the fucking babysitting. And I was like, oh my God. So I like pick her legs up, put it in the car, and I shut the door and I get in. And Jay is like, are you okay? Like, are you fine? And she's just is doing this. She's like, he hit me. And he's like, what happened? And she's like, he hit me and I got kicked out. And we're like, wait, you got kicked out of that bar? Like that, and let me just say this as a side note because you guys won't know. This bar is like impossible to get kicked out of. You had to have been acting fucking abhorrent to be kicked out of this fucking bar. Like, and so we're like, wait, you got kicked out? Like, this is also your like neighborhood bar. What happened? And she won't answer. She just keep going, he hit me. And so I look at Jay and he looks at me and I was like, let's just take her home. Just take her home, get her in bed, we're fine. So we round the corner and like it's 2 blocks like up back to where she lives. And we like pull into like a parking space and we turn the car up and she like pops her head up and she goes, where are we? And we're like, we're at your house, come on. She's like, no, I don't want to go home. And I was like, you just got your ass beat in a bar. It's time to call it, you know, like I think it's time you go to bed now. And we open up the door like to like help her get out. And she's like, you guys were really just gonna fucking take me home? And we're like, yes. When you called like a 911 saying you got your ass beat in a bar, like at no point were we gonna be like, oh, let's keep fucking partying. Also, it's like now, what, 1:30? All the lights are on in the bars now. It's like, it's closing time. We're done here, babes. Like, I don't know what to say. Here, hang on. So when we get out of the car, we're like parked directly outside of her place. And she lives like in an apartment building, right? So we get her out of the car and she's like pissy. She's like, cool, you guys just fucking pick me up. I'm hurt and you're just gonna take me home. She's gonna take me home, like all like upset. And we're like, yeah. So then like we start walking towards like her front door because we're just gonna like make sure she gets like into her apartment like safe, you know, get her in bed, make sure she's good, and then leave, you know? And so we then get into like the lobby of her building, right? And she's like, he hit me. And like Jay is trying to ask her like what happened, like what transpired, like what, and she won't fucking answer. She's like, he hit me 8 times. And I look at her and I was like, you said 3 on the phone. And then she's like, he hit me. And then we get into the like elevator, right? Like, and then she just slides down the wall and is like laying out with like her legs out. And when she's doing this, she's like acting like she's like too drunk to be able to walk or to fucking move. And I'm like, dude, you were able to walk in here just fine. Please stand up. Like, I'm getting like annoyed right now, but I'm like, breathe. And when she does this and she's laying on the ground, where she got hit is like this, like her jaw is completely exposed. And it's the first time we've really been in the light to see anything. And Jay goes, you got hit? And she's like, yeah. But there's no redness, there's no swelling, there's no bruising, no nothing. And we're like, what? Like, the number of times you got hit haven't added up now. You got kicked out of the bar. There's no bruising and swelling. And I'm not trying to say she's a fucking liar, because it just makes me sound like the world's biggest bitch. I'm just saying what I saw and how I felt in that moment. And so we're like, whatever. Like, she's just fucking hammered. Like, she's obliterated, right? And so then we're like, okay, get up. Like, the elevator door's open, right? We're like, okay, come on, time to go, get up. No, I can't, I'm too drunk. I got hit. And we're like, come on, like, let's go. So we are like literally like deadlifting her up to like get her to stand up, right? And she's like, I can't believe you guys are just gonna fucking drop me off and leave me. And then she turns around to like walk back to her apartment, and just like being pissy and trying to like prove a point, turns around and just slams right into the elevator doors because they're closing because it took her too long to stand up. And she's like, ow. I'm not gonna lie, in that moment, it was kind of hard not to fucking laugh. I was like, oh my God, dude, you're fucking hammered. And then she's like, fuck you guys, fuck you. And she starts like running down the hallway to get to her apartment. And as she does that, what does she do? Trips and falls. And then she's just like laying on the ground, and she's like, hit me. And we're all like, come on, let's go. And we're trying to, again, deadlift her back up to stand up. Walk into your fucking apartment, please. This is annoying, and I'm babysitting again, which is my number one biggest fucking pet peeve. And I'm like, it's fine. Just keep it together. You can be mad about this later, but for right now, just like get her in her apartment. It's fine. So then we like get her up and get her like to her apartment door, right? And her next door neighbor is like going into his like unit because it's the end of the night, and she's like, hey, and he's like, sup, Woodsy? And she's like, do you want to party? And he's like, yeah. And I go, no, we're like, party's over, we're going to bed. Like, she's like, no, I want to party, come over, let's party. And he like walks over and comes over, and I was like, oh my fucking God, what in the fuck? So then we like get her into like the front door. She runs and jumps on her couch and on her coffee table, and she starts like dancing like on her coffee table. I was like, dude, hey, get down, come on. She's like, I want to talk to you. And I was like, no, you're safe, we're gonna head out. She's like, you guys are gonna leave? Like, she hops off the coffee table, grabs me, and like pulls me into her bathroom. She's like, I just want to talk. And I was like, no talking, I want to go. She's like, you're just gonna leave? And I was like, yeah, I am. And then Jay comes in and was like, hey, like, Morgan, you ready to go? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, he hit me. And she holds the wrong side of her fucking face. So all day she's been holding her fucking left side. Or sorry, well, I guess, yeah, that'll be her left. And then she does the other side. And I was like, dude. And then, like, we both, like, clock it as it's happening. And then she was like, put both hands up. And she's like, yeah. And we're like, all right, it's time to go. She's like, I can't believe we're gonna fucking leave. And the guy that she like invited over, like her neighbor, like party, is like, I'm gonna go. And we're like, good call. So then she's like mad at me. And the last 2 weeks, as we've been like not being friends, she's had my garage door opener. And so as I'm getting ready to leave, she goes, I don't want to be friends with somebody that just fucking leave me. And I was like, I'm not even going to argue with you right now. Like, you're drunk. You're not going to fucking remember this at all. You're hammered. You, like, literally just called what I assumed to be a fake 911 call just because you, like, wanted to get me out and you knew that I would come if, like, you were, like, in trouble and you wanted to test that. I really do believe that. And so then she was like, I don't want to be friends with somebody that's going to leave me. And I was like, whatever. She goes, no, I have your fucking garage door opener. I never want to fucking see you again. Let me give you your fucking garage door opener back so I never have to see you again. And in my head, I'm like, yes, yes, yeah. Because if the minute I have my garage opener, I can be fucking done. I don't have to text her. I don't have to talk to her. I can just get my shit and be done with this fucking drama. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. So then she like takes her keys off of the door, and she like we're all in the elevator, like going down to where her car is to grab my garage opener. Nobody's talking, fine. She goes in her car, hands me my garage opener back. We all get back in the elevator, right? Nobody's talking. Well, because of where she lives, you have to have like scan your key to go to each floor. And she scans and presses like her floor number, right? And we go to press like the like lobby button, right? But because we didn't scan, you can't press it. And so Jay goes, hey, Woodsy, can you scan for the lobby? And she's like, you guys are really gonna leave? And we're like, yeah, it's late. Like, we were gonna call it a night already. She goes, wait, why were you guys fucking hanging out together? Because like Jay and Woodsy know each other. And she's like, you guys are hanging out without me? You guys are fucking shady. You guys are fucking shady. And we're like, can you please scan the lobby button, please? And it's just going up each floor to like her unit. And finally I was like, scan the fucking button. She's like, and so she's like scans it to the wrong, like the garage area. And I was like, we'll find a way out. We'll fucking find a way out. But like, get me out of this goddamn elevator. Like, and what does she do? She follows us. She follows out with us. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm just like, I just want to go. Like, this is insane. This is fucking insane. And so then she's calling one of our other mutual friends. And he doesn't need a nickname because like, honestly, I don't hang out with him like very much. But so she's calling him, he's like, Morgan is a fucking bitch. She's a fucking cunt. She's a bitch. And I'm just like, oh, I'm a bitch? I'm a fucking bitch? We're not even fucking friends right now. And I just got my fucking happy ass come save you because I think you just got your ass beat in a bar. Only for, I don't even know if you really did get your fucking ass beat. A, and B, now I'm sitting here getting berated by you. Oh, okay. But I'm literally just like, just fucking get in the car and leave. And then she's talking to like our friend on the phone being like, and Josh fucking sucks. He's a fucking asshole. He's a fucking asshole. And Morgan's a bitch and a cunt. I hope I never see her again. And Jay, which I didn't really expect, so T, turns around to her and he goes, I'm an asshole? I'm an asshole. I just came to make sure you were okay. I just literally drove to make sure you were okay, to find you in a fucking alley. And I turn around, and because he's going in, I was like, I'm saying something. And I go, oh, I'm such a fucking bitch? We haven't talked in 2 weeks, and you do this fucking 911, come help me, rescue me. And I'm the bitch? I don't see any of your other fucking friends here. I'm here, and I wouldn't even say I'm your fucking friend. And she's like, you're a bitch. Like, not crying, just like whining. And I was like, whatever. And I turn around and just walk straight to Jay's car. Jay follows behind me. And we get in the car, and we start to drive off. And she is just like, outside of her like apartment, just like boo-hoo crying. And Jay was like, is she safe being out here? And I go, we already got her in her apartment once. We've done our fucking job. She's fine to walk when she's chasing after us, but suddenly then she acts like she's too drunk to walk. I don't give a fuck. Go. She'll figure it out. She'll fucking figure it out. And he's like, ooh. So we just drive in silence. And he drops me off and he looks at me and he's like, take a deep breath because I know you're pissed. And I was like, I will never do this again. I was like, I am going to be like sending her a text being like, this was so completely inappropriate. And honestly, don't ever try and call me like this again. Your number will be blocked. And he's like, just breathe. I was like, okay, fine. Sorry, bye. So then I go back up to my apartment, steaming fucking mad. And I was like, we have a huge day tomorrow. Like, and I have to wake up like decently early. And I just spent the last hour when I could have been sleeping, taking care of somebody that like didn't need really to be taken care of. Whatever, I'm just gonna go to bed. Okay, so I fall asleep. Now let's go to Saturday. So now it's Saturday, right? And I wake up and I think it's like, I don't know, fucking 9 or 10, something like that. Really, like the exact time I wake up doesn't matter. So I hit the group chat and I was like, hey, like what's the plan? Like where are we meeting up? Because we are like getting a big group together because we're gonna go do like fun fall shit like for the day. And they're like, yep, the official like meet time is everybody meet at B-Dog and D-Dogs at noon, but also like we're gonna be making breakfast. So if anybody was like hungry, you can come over earlier and like we'll make breakfast. And I was like, well, I'm kind of fucking hungry. I'll just like go over now. So I get ready and I head over to their house. And when I get there, just about our entire group is there. It was tight. Everybody came early because they all wanted breakfast. I was like, nice. So when I walk in, I start like telling the story. And let me tell you like who's there. So it's B-Dog, D-Dog, Jay, and this is like an older friend, but like, if you guys remember Dommy Mommy, yeah, remember from like a few weeks back, or maybe it was like a month or two back since I've talked about her last. But so she's there, and I'm like, how are you? And just like telling everyone. And here's the thing you need to know about this group. Everybody besides Jay has had an issue and is not friends with Woodsy anymore. It was kind of like a weird like split in our friend group where like I would hang out with Woodsy, and then like I would hang out with like the friend group, because like the friend group was like, we just don't really like want to hang out with her. Like, it's just too much fucking drama. Like, and I was like, oh yeah. And so it's like, when I walk in, I'm like, you guys are not going to fucking believe what happened last night. So I'm telling them this story and like how mad I am. They're crying, laughing. They're like, yeah, we know, like, we've seen her get absolutely fucking obliterated like that every fucking weekend. Like, that's why we didn't really like hanging out there, was just because like, it's not fun hanging out with somebody that is so blackout drunk every weekend that you have to take care of them. And I was like, I know. And they're kind of doing like the I told you so thing, but I was like, I don't want to hear it. Like, you can't tell somebody how to feel. They have to feel it on their own. Like, yeah, it took me longer than you guys, but like, I'm there now. I just don't want this shit anymore. And so then we all pile into Dommy Mommy's car. And Dommy Mom, let me just say this as a side note. Sick fucking car. My God. So there is, all of us piled into her sick Range Rover. Like, and she's got like the third row seats. Like, we're having a great time. And we take her Range Rover up to, I can't remember where it was, but it was like a gold mine on the way up to, what's it called? Georgetown. So we're going to do that first and then go do the Georgetown, like, spooky loop. So then we're all like, damn, sorry. We're all in the car laughing, singing, having a good time. The vibes are high. And I get a text from Woodsy. And because I haven't blocked her number yet. I hadn't sent the text yet of being like, this will never happen again. And in her text, she was like, thank you for saving me last night. And then goes on to say, I'm not sure what happened. I only had 4 drinks. And the last thing I remember was being with this couple. And, you know, I think they put something in my drink. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for saving me after I got like hit last night. And I'm like, and I read it to the group, and everybody, like, they stop the music and they're all like looking back at me being like, is she like claiming she got roofied? And I was like, yeah, sure is. Like, and nobody says anything, because like, who wants to be the asshole that says like, oh, she's lying about that? Nobody. None of us are going to say it. No. And they were like, well, did she seem like she got roofied? And I was like, I can't answer that. What I can answer though is she acted the exact same last night as she has every other time she's been fucking plastered, hammered, drunk. There was no fucking difference. So I'm not going to say one way or another. They're like, dude. And then I like keep reading the text from Woodsy, and she's like, I think it's time I find a therapist and like stop drinking. And everybody in the car is like, Morgan, I think like if you are going to respond to her, yeah, you should probably be like, I think that's a good call for you. And I was like, honestly, we're having a great day. This is not something I need to be fucking worried about right now. I'm just not going to handle this. I'll handle this tomorrow or Monday. Like, but right now I want to enjoy this. This is what I'm excited about. I don't need to be worried about this. And they're like, good call, good call. So then we go and do this like mine tour. And I don't know what the fuck was up with our mine tour guide. He was setting me up for some of my like most killer fucking jokes. It was oddly sexual, like the tour where he was like, yeah, you know, one dude would be sitting like this holding the pole, the other's just nailing him. And like, I was like, he has to know. Like, he has to know. And so he asked the group questions where he'd be like, does anybody know how like we would like or what we used to like grease the poles, right? And I legitimately am like, lube? And like, thankfully, like the whole group laughed, and he was like, it was water. It's actually water. And I was like, dude, okay, my bad. Sorry. And then like a little bit later, he's talking about like in this mine about how with these miners, it was like they only had 2 candles a day that they got to work on. So like you had to like use your like candles and candlelight. And I was like, so what you're telling me is there's just like 3 dudes down here with 2 like candles? And he's like, exactly. I go, damn, that's romantic as hell. And like, I've got the group like on my side. We're all laughing, having a great time. Like there's other like people in this group, but like it was like all of us are crying, laughing, and it was just an awesome fucking tour. Well, then after that's then we pile back in the car and we go up to what's it called? Why do I keep forgetting the word Georgetown Loop? I don't know why. My bad. So then we get up to Georgetown and we get a call from B-Dog's like cousins, because that's who we went with. And they're like, yo, listen, we're definitely allowed to drink on this train. They don't sell alcohol, but we can bring it on. Stop at the liquor store on the way in. We're all like, oh, hell yeah. So we stop at a liquor store in Georgetown and we grab like some shooters and like some tall boys and shit like that. And B-Dog's like, you guys have fun. I'm driving. Like, I'm good. We're all like, yeah, more for us, dude. Bye. So we grab like shooters and stuff. We get on this train and it's awesome. If you guys get a chance, like it's really cool. But before we get on the train, it's like a mountain storm rolls in, and like it was like the fastest storm I've ever seen roll in, and it is torrential downpouring. The clouds are so fucking low, and I'm looking at the group being like, this is like an open air train. Like, is it rain or shine? Like, and they're like, yeah, it's rain or shine. And I was like, I'm not trying to get pelted by water. And I've already done this like excursion before. I'll sit in the car and wait for you guys. And everyone's like, no, you fucking pussy, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car. Or like in like the train car is what I meant to say, not like the car. And so I was like, okay, fuck. And thankfully I did bring like a winter coat. So I was like, hopefully like this will like do the job, but it's not a raincoat, it's just a winter coat. So when the train pulls up, it's just sprinkling out. I'm like, okay, it's not like torrential downpouring. We're on this thing, and like the clouds move, like, and it like the sun comes out, and it is the most beautiful train ride I've ever been on. Like, it's all the fall leaves, and like we're up in the mountains, and like just the most beautiful, like there's a rainbow. It was honestly magical, and we're just like having a few shooters. We're like laughing, having a great time. It was like a perfect excursion, right? So then afterwards, we all are like, all right, let's go get dinner at what's it called, Bojo's Pizza in Idaho Springs. So we all go get pizza and have a good time. And then after pizza, we all go back to B-Dog and D-Dog's. And Jay and Dommy Mommy are like, let's go out some more. And I was like, really? And Dommy Mommy's like, I don't have my kid this weekend. I'm in Denver. I want to have fun. I don't want to be a suburban like mother right now. And I was like, done. I was like, there's a fun bar I haven't been to in a while. It's called, what's it called? Ghost Donkey. Let's just start there and see where the night takes us, because it's kind of like in the dead center of Denver. We can kind of like go anywhere from there. They're like, cool, let's do it. So B-Dog and D-Dog look at me and they go, we're not going. And I was like, really? And they're like, we're exhausted. No. Love you guys, have fun. I was like, bye, more for me. So then we go to, why did I fucking forget the names all of a sudden? Ghost Donkey. And so we're there, and it's like not busy, it's kind of dead, but like it's still cute, it's still a fun vibe. And there's like this like really cute bartender, and I was like, damn, okay, fuck. And the way he's talking is like very like he's very funny. The banter between him and I was absolutely fucking incredible. I'm picking up huge gay vibes from him. So I hit Jay under the table, and I was like, and Jay's like maybe, like he is very cute, like. And I'm like, this could be fun. Like, I know, like, maybe. And he's like, we'll see. So I keep bantering with this guy. And I make a joke about how I was like, oh, yeah, like, you should, like, meet my friend Jay. And he's like, and the bartender, like, alludes back where he's like, I'm not gay. I'm interested in you. To me. And I was like, oh, this never happens. Like, oh. And I was like, oh, yeah. And, like, so we go back and we're, like, flirting back and forth, right? Hang on. I need more water. So I'm flirting with this bartender and stuff like that. And he's younger than me by like a decent amount. He's like 23, 24, but he's hot. And he's a little gay, so he's got to be my type. Hello. I like dudes that act a little gay. I'm going to be real with you guys. I do. I like, remember, I like more feminine men. That's kind of my type. Anyways, so I was like, can we close out? We're going to go to another bar. And he's like, yeah, he hands my tab. And he's like, oh, whoa, hey, you forgot something. And I was like, what? And he's like, you forgot to give me your number. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, all right, here it is. So I write at the bottom of the receipt, like, and he's like, you'll be hearing from me. And I was like, I hope so. Feeling bold because like the liquor's kicking in. And I was like, damn. And my friend's like, oh my God, you can flirt well. And I was like, can I? Hell yeah. Yeah, you're fucking right, I can. Like, yeah, I kind of forgot that. Like, it's just like guys don't approach girls in bars anymore. So like you don't really get a chance like flex that muscle often, you know, like, and what, if from the guy from Thursday, oh, fucking kill me now. No. And so I was like, yeah, that was nice. Like, oh, okay. Where should we go next? And Donnie Mommy's like, I want to dance. I want to have where they play good music and we can dance. And I was like, we're going to El Patio. So we walk to El Patio, which was a lot further than I realized I was going to be, but whatever. Oops. And when we walk up to the door, there's like a line wrapped around. And Donnie Mommy was like, fuck, I don't want to wait. And I was like, I know the manager here. Maybe I can see like if we can flex some like a muscle or something. I was like, I hate to be that guy, but like, I know you don't get out much. Like, maybe. And she's like, let's just try. And I'm drunk, so of course I think it's a good idea. So I walk up to the very front and I was like, hey, my boy's the manager here. And he goes, cool. He's also my boy. And I turn back to Donnie Mom. I go, there's no way. We need to get in line. And she looks past me and goes, how much? And the guy was like, what? And she goes, how much for me to skip this fucking line and go in right now? And he goes, 20 each. And she goes, done. And I was like, okay, like, all right. So she literally gives this guy $60 and he just opens up the thing and just lets us right in. I was like, oh, nice. And she goes, I'm not waiting in a line. I want to dance. And I was like, fuck, okay. I would have waited in the goddamn line, but like, girl, you drive a Range Rover. We're not in the same fucking tax bracket, baby. Yeah, fuck yeah. What Donnie Mommy says. Yeah, my fucking mommy back here's got it. And so we go up there and the music is just fucking sick. And it's like a bunch of music that Donnie Mommy knows. And so she's like singing along, we're dancing. It was just a fucking beautiful night. And then probably around, I don't know, I want to say like probably around 12:30. Maybe, I don't know, I'm going to say 12:45. Probably about 12:45. She was like, let's go to another bar. And I was like, hey, I'm just letting you know, like, there's going to be a line everywhere. And a lot of the bars close at 1. Like, and also you don't want to be out on the streets of Denver, like down here, when like all the bars get out. So honestly, it's probably smart that we leave now. And she's like, okay, yeah, actually I'm like pretty tired. And so as the bar is packed, wall to wall packed. So we're trying to like meander through the crowd to try and leave, right? And I guess that when we were moving through the crowd, we walked in front of a group of girls that were also trying to leave. Oops, I like the bar is like wall to wall packed. It was an accident, right? And this one girl goes, oh, so you can't fucking say excuse me? And I hang out in bars a lot. I know what that means. That means I'm about to beat this bitch's ass. And but she's not talking to me, she's talking to Donnie Mommy. And I turned around, I was like, and to the girl instantly, and I was like, I'm so sorry. We're just trying to leave. That's our fun. She goes, we're trying to leave too. You think you're better than us? And I was like, no, I'm sorry. You can go ahead. That's my apologies. We just didn't see. We didn't see. And she's like, oh, really? Oh, you just didn't see us. You didn't see us down here? And I was like, down here? Damn, bitch. What? I'm trying to de-escalate. What the fuck do you want? And Don Mom turns around and she goes, the fuck is your problem? And I was like, no. Get the fuck. Absolutely not. We're not bar fighting. No. And the girl was like, oh, and her two friends like step in front of her like friend. But her friend's like, no, get your fucking ass back here. Get your fucking ass back here. And I turned to Don Mom and I was like, walk, go. Like, and I'm dead serious. We're not doing this. No. And so then we like get out on the street and Jay is just laughing. He's like, you almost got in a bar fight, Donnie Mommy. And she's like, I love when I don't have my kid and I can be a wild child. And I was like, bar fights don't make you a wild child. Also, how are you going to explain a black eye to your child when you go home? Be like, oh, sorry, baby. When you're at daddy's house, mommy gets in bar fights. Like, no. And so we like leave the bars. We go back to my house. Everybody is just gassed, like exhausted. And so everybody's like, love you guys. We're like calling it a day. And I was like, I love you guys, bye. So they call their Ubers, and it's probably like, I don't know, 1:30 right in there. And they leave, and I just sit there, and I was like, But I'm a little faded, right? And I've never done this. I text the bartender, and I was like, come over when you're off your shift tonight. Oh, sorry, because he did text me. He texted me, and he's like, hey, it's so-and-so from Ghost Donkey. Lovely to meet you tonight. And I texted him, I was like, come over after your shift tonight. And he's like, yeah? Where you live? And I was like, I told you in the bar. But I told him like the building name, but I didn't tell him like my unit or anything like that, right? And he's like, it'll probably be around 2:30 or 3. You gonna be up that late? And I was like, sure will. And I was like, oh my God, like this is kind of like fun. This is kind of hot, right? And so then I like take off my like going out clothes, and I'm like sitting there, and as I like have like my going off clothes like off, I was like, this guy ain't fucking coming over. I'm going to bed. And so I literally put on my jammies. And what I wear to bed, it's not sexy. It is basketball shorts and like a fucking t-shirt I got from when I played basketball in high school. Like, it's not like sexy jammies. I don't want you to think that. So I'm sitting here in like my fucking like, you know, JV like varsity basketball uniform. Like, yeah, maybe another night, man. And he's like, oh, you can't stay awake for me? And I just like read the message and it icked me out. I was like, ew, okay. And I just left him on red and went to sleep. And then I woke up to text me and be like, I'm sorry, like I was feeling flirty. I hope I like wasn't like too aggressive. And I was like, brother, if I'm being real with you, I barely remember what you look like. Like, we're good here. Don't worry. And also you're like 23. We're fine. So I wake up early as piss at like, I think I woke up at 8. No. It was like 9, about 9. Actually, no, it was like 9:30, right in there. Because the Broncos played at 11. You guys know I don't fucking miss my Broncos games. So then I text B-Dog and D-Dog and I was like, you guys still in for watching the game? They're like, yep, we got the hot dog maker out. We've got like chili already on the stove. Like, remember, they went to bed fucking early. They'd been up. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I could go for a chili dog first thing in the morning. I was like, cool, on my way. So I Uber over there. Dommy Mommy is there. And I was like, oh, yeah, we got like a little bit of the gang back together. And we're watching the Broncos. Broncos beat the fuck out of the Eagles. Sick. And after the game, like we had the whole, like, when the Broncos beat the Eagles, everyone, all 4 of us, are in the house screaming, high-fiving. B-Dog likes his sports bet. He made like fucking, I think he said he made something like $300 on that game. And so he's like, I have $300. Let's go to the bars. And I was like, we shouldn't, but we will. Done. So we go to, where do we go? The Irish fucking Rover, per usual. So we go to the Irish Rover. We're having a few drinks with like the winnings, right? And this guy comes up to me and starts hitting on me. And he's like an older gentleman. I want to say he's probably like, I don't know, 50. But he was cute, right? And we're like, he brought something up. I can't remember. And I started talking about warplanes. And he's like, you know about warplanes? And I was like, brother. And everybody goes, oh, everyone at the table was like, please don't get her started. And I was like, guys, respectfully, I won't do it this time. That's fair. And I was like, yeah, what do you know about warplanes? And he's like, a lot. And so we just started talking about like planes, and everyone kind of like tunes us out. And I was like, well, I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the restroom. And they're like, okay. Like, and he's like, all right, I'll be here. And he's kind of like just at our table, like our friend group. And as I'm walking to the bathroom, one of the bartenders at Irish Rover like grabs me and she was like, hey, like girl to girl, absolutely the fuck not. And I was like, what? She goes, we have been trying to like find like a solid reason to 86 him because he's a creep to girls. He's fucking weird. No. And I was like, oh shit. And she's like, you should just like leave. Like, I'm telling you, he will get like aggressive if like you try and leave without like talking to him. And I was like, fuck. And so I sent a text to the group and I was like, Brian. Oh, I just said his name. Actually, you guys know his name. Fuck it. Just remember, just go by B-Dog. So I texted B-Dog and I was like, dude, you gotta like get up, pay the tab. We'll all Venmo you. But I'm gonna text the girls to like come meet me in the bathroom and we gotta go. And he's like, yep, sounds good. So we execute the plan flawlessly. We sneak out the front and we just go back to B-Dog and D-Dogs. Well, while we're back there, it's probably like, I don't know, like probably now it's like 7 and we're all just sitting there. And everybody just kind of looks at each other. We're like, bye-bye. We're going to go home now. Like, it's been a fun weekend. Love you guys. And B-Dog and D-Dog, like, give us a hug. And they're like, best weekend ever. Love you guys. Thanks for being, like, so cool. We're like, love you guys. We'll, like, plan for next weekend, like, another time. But we're all just gassed. So then we all, like, you know, call our Ubers home and I go home. So then it's, like, a Sunday night. And I'm just sitting there and I was like, damn. Like, I haven't had like a weekend like that in a fucking minute. It was just like fun, you know? Like, but again, it wasn't like fucking crazy. There was a part of me where like I went back at like a little bit of toxic Morgan where I was like, come over after your shift. And the minute I got out of like tight pants, I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'm not staying awake for dick. I'm not staying awake. Fuck that, no. So I was like, gross, Morgan. Love to see it. Woo! But so yeah, that was this past weekend. I hope this Roosday Tuesday kind of made up for kind of being MIA a little bit, but I'll keep you guys posted, okay? Love you guys. Bye.